All right, good morning. I'm News 5's Blair. This is near the Craig Street area near downtown. Camera around here real quick. Give me just a moment. Having a little bit of issues with connection here this morning, so bear with us. But a lot of flooding here in the areas near Church Street, near Craig Street, Presley Street here, near just south of Highway 31. In Atmore this morning. Having issues trying to flip this camera around, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this manually here and kind of walk you guys around. And again, and I know it's tough to kind of just how widespread this is, but this goes on for about a block or so to my east out here in the distance, and you can see just a lot of the water covering this road here and then over into some of the yards, into some of the property, getting pretty close to some of the homes here. And again, this is just one of the areas. There's several areas right now that are experiencing a lot of flooding here near the downtown area, just south of Highway 31 in Atmore. Police Chief Chuck Brooks is urging all residents to stay off the roads this morning until all of these storms pass, again, just to kind of give crews a chance to get out here, close off some of these roads that are flooding, and of course to prevent any sort of dangerous situation if any of the roads are compromised, of course to keep crews out of danger as well, in hopes that you guys aren't getting caught in any of those this morning. But again, I know the connection's going in and out, so I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay and able to see this okay. But again, this is just one of the areas here this morning. This is on Craig Street, just south of Highway 31. You guys are familiar with the Chevrolet dealership in Atmore right there on 31 near Presley Street. This is just to the south of there, a couple of blocks, and this is Craig Street. So just to my west, there's a couple of more areas I'm about to check out that are underwater, but this is where Chief Brooks is meeting me right now. And again, you can see just a lot of the water out here on the road. Again, this goes for about a block or so to my east. And again, it's even getting close to some of the homes over here. You can see over here in the distance. And again, this is just from a couple of cells that have moved through the area since this morning. Here, rain's letting up right now. When I got here on scene a second ago, it was dry, and just 5-10 minutes ago, another storm system pushed through the area, another cell, dumping a lot more rain here in Atmore. So again, right now, no injuries with the storms, no property damage, anything like that. That's the good news. But again, Chief Brooks wants to remind everyone to stay off of the roads this morning if at all possible. Again, just due to some of this flooding in the area. And again, this is Craig Street behind me. And again, having issues flipping the camera around right now for whatever reason, but you guys can see here in the background just a lot of the flooding in this area. In some areas, we'd guesstimate maybe a foot deep just when the road dips down. But again, you can see areas, they've got the caution tape up. Police just not wanting anyone to come down through this area this morning just to be safe. And again, situations like right now where we're getting more rain that's dumping on top of this. So again, not a good situation here in Escambia County, Alabama. Earlier reports of a tree down, maybe 2 trees down over some roads in Bruton. I did check with Sheriff Heath Jackson earlier this morning. He says all appeared to be fine in that area, no property damage as well. So again, that's the good news this morning. Everyone does appear to be okay. It just appears to have dumped a whole lot of rain here at once. And again, it's just having trouble getting out of the getting through the drainage system here, which is causing all these backups. But again, it's just to the south of Highway 31 in Atmore this morning, just past the Chevrolet dealership, Jason Pilger, and again, just a couple of blocks south of Highway 31 this morning. There's other areas as well. This isn't just the only area. So Police Chief Chuck Brooks is asking all residents to stay home this morning. Again, just to allow his team to get out here to block some of these roads off. Again, you can see they've got caution tape on a lot of these roads blocking the area off. And again, instances like right now, we're seeing clearing, and then the rain comes right back. So again, that's the problem. These areas that are already flooded, going to stay that way for some time as long as this rain keeps coming through, as long as these bands of rain keep pushing through the area. So he's out here monitoring it as well. They've got their fire crews, other city departments out here as well at some of the intersections blocking things off. But the big takeaway this morning is to stay away from downtown Atmore area. Again, if you can stay home, the police chief is urging you to stay home this morning, just as a precaution to make sure that you're safe, make sure that his crews aren't in any sort of danger this morning. And again, just to keep these roads clear until things can get back to normal. Again, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. I know we're having some issues with the connection here this morning. We're going to go in and get things ready for the noon show. We'll have the latest here from Atmore coming up on WKRG News 5 at noon in just under an hour and a half or so. And, of course, we'll update you on Facebook as well as on WKRG.com on more of the street closures up here and kind of keep an eye on the situation for you here in Atmore.